Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to speak to you about when people tell you to stop thinking. Okay, now my whole life I've had my friends, family, everybody always telling me stop thinking. So I grew up thinking that's a bad thing. Thinking is a bad thing. We've got there's videos about how we shouldn't think too much and so many other things. But what if you're just a born thinker? What if thinking is the best thing that you do? What if you enjoy thinking? What if you enjoy analyzing? What if that's who you are? Okay? Are we supposed to feel like there's something wrong with us? What if you can't stop thinking? So what I'm going to say is that I used to feel so out of place because I was a deep thinker. I used to feel so weird and different because I was a deep thinker. When all my friends were out and we were out and everybody's having a laugh and a joke, I was still thinking about other stuff, deeper, meaningful thing. What is life? Why are we here? Or, how does the world work? Or why does this person behave like that? Why does that person behave like that? Why are human beings a certain way? And it was just the way I was from a very young age. From what I can remember from primary school, I used to analyze behavior. It was just something I used to do because I couldn't understand a lot of people's behavior, especially rude or horrid kind of behavior. And as I got older, it continued. Okay, and then when I got married, I just kind of stopped analyzing and I just accepted everything for what it was. And when I saw anything wrong happen, and a lot of wrong did happen, I never spoke up because there was only one of me and there was 10 of them. So what I did is I killed my own self. I suppressed who I was, okay, and I just became part of everybody else. Okay, and I got on with life, and I think that's what majority of us do. We just get on with life because it's the easy option. Now, the bad thing about doing that is that you've just destroyed and killed the very essence that makes us individuals. That makes us part of each other, that makes us unique. Okay, and to be a part of each other, if you look at what are they called? Is it a mosaic? Not every piece is the same. Okay, they're all different, unique, but each of them make the bigger picture, and that's us. That's human beings. We all are different. Okay, but we all make humanity. We all make this whole world beautiful. Now, so I stopped thinking, and then when I got divorced again, I started thinking. My thinking ability came back. Why this? Why that? So what happened was for 10 years, I didn't actually change. I just stopped being myself. That's all it was. I stopped thinking. I stopped analyzing. I stopped asking questions. But it's just stopped. I didn't change. You never change. Your core never changes. Okay, it stops for a moment. You get busy with things. When you stop being busy, okay, and you're by yourself in a quiet place, okay, that's when your true self comes out. Okay, and I think people avoid that at any cost because to go into the depth of your ocean, to go into the depth of who you are, is far more difficult because we have to think, we have to question, okay? And human beings, they don't want to think, they don't want to question because it's easier just to have the answers given to us, okay? Because we don't have to go through the psychological, the emotional trauma of not knowing. Because not knowing is an uncomfortable place. Everybody wants to know everything, okay? So that's what we do as a whole, unfortunately, but we shouldn't unless not everybody does. The higher thinking people who get there, which we are all capable of, by the way. So don't ever think Nobody's not capable of that. We are all able to think on a higher level. It's put into us. It's engraved in us. We just kill it. That's all. Like I said, I stopped. I didn't. It never goes away. I stopped for 10 years. Then when I got divorced, I started being myself again, and I start questioning, why are we here? What does life mean? Where are we going? Or, what am I supposed to do? Why am I here? Who am I? And so one thing that used to always come up, okay, everybody used to always say to me, even after I got divorced, stop thinking, almost like it was a sin, And I used to feel, I used to feel guilty because of the way I was. I always felt like there was something wrong with me. And I used to wish to be normal. I used to wish just to not care, just to enjoy the moment, just to be like everybody else. The funny thing is, I did get there and it was bloody boring. It was the boringest moments of my life. And I thought, this is how people live? No, thank you. I rather go back to being how I was. And it took me a while to go, to become myself again and to get that cognition back again, to be able to think again. Because once you kill your thinking, it takes time to bring it all back. So the moral of the story that I want to share here is that be the individual that you are, okay? Don't try and fit in. Don't kill who you are. You are uniquely, beautifully different for a reason. We all have a reason to be here, okay? It's different for everybody, okay? But it is no less than anybody else's reason, okay? So don't look at this person and say, oh, I wish I was more like her, or I wish I was more like him. Don't ever do that, because your uniqueness is what makes you beautiful. Your individuality, your differences is what makes you beautiful, okay? So don't change and don't try and be like anybody else. But I will say this, okay, that we all are conditioned to a certain level. We are. Because it's impossible. If we have a mind, we will be conditioned. It is impossible not to be. But we can get unconditioned. And we can go back to being our authentic, true self. And it's a lot of hard work. It's not done easy. Nothing good comes easy. Somebody very special once said to me, nothing good in life comes easy. And I argued about that, actually. I said, no, when God wants something for you, it's very easy. It's when your ego wants something, it's hard. But actually, what I realized is to get to the true me, I had to scrape off layers of layers of layers of layers of the untrue me. And what I mean by that is, as I was growing up, I remember as a child, my dad used to watch the news a lot, BBC News, and I remember as a child, I used to think, God, I want to do what that lady's doing. I want to be somebody who reported news. Then I saw an ad. Okay, I remember these memories very clearly. There was an ad of an office, and there was all these business people suited and booted. And I saw that and I got attracted to that. And I said, I want to be a businesswoman. So when I got divorced and I started asking myself the questions of who I am, okay, I thought these are the things that I wanted. These things were my identity. It's what I really wanted. Until I found out about social conditioning. And I realized every dream, every ambition I've ever had was never mine. They were never, ever mine. Everything was put into me either by religion, culture, or society, okay? And that's when I dug deep and I had to go within to discover who Farah is, what she's about, and what she wants to do for the rest of her life. And it was nothing to do with, becoming a. I did get an offer actually. I got an offer from NTV. I mean, they don't pay great, but still, it was reporting news. And you don't look at, when it's a passion, you don't look at the financial side of things. You look at what you want to do, how it makes you feel. And so I was really excited, but I ended up never going because of my dyslexia. To read off something is really difficult for me because, I mean, highly difficult. Even if they would have given me an hour and they said they'll email it to me, then I can get my laptop to read it out to me. So then I have to revise the script like 100 times before I can go and report it. So it's just, I thought, as lovely as it was, the offer, I realized it wasn't what I wanted. Not because of the hardship I'll have to go through. I just realized it wasn't my ambition. I might do it, I might go back and still do it just to build a portfolio, but I just never got around to it, especially with everything that's been going around in the past 4 years. And when I asked myself and I went deep within, and I told you this in the life purpose part of how I discovered that I want to become speaking is what I'm good at. It's my strength, and I never even knew that I was the most shy person, the most self-conscious person you would have ever come across. My friends were loud. I was the one who would say, stop behaving that way. Stop being so loud. I was always a sensible one. My friends, some of them used to call me a nerd. I was known as the nerdy one, the sensible one. And I had my moments, don't get me wrong, I did have my moments. But most of the time, I was the one, you can't behave like that in outside in public, that you're disturbing other people, be considerate. That was me. So you would never think that I didn't have a lot of confidence. I didn't. Growing up, I've always been a very internal person. Now, I am going to speak about public speaking and how to overcome the fear of public speaking. It's a very, very, very interesting story. One of my best. I absolutely love speaking about it, especially because where I was coming from. That's going to be my next subject. I hope this one about, recognizing your individuality, keeping your individuality, loving yourself for who you are and not trying to be somebody else, okay? Be yourself, love yourself, embrace yourself. I love you all loads. Till the next time. Mwah.